Well, we've got to certainly get Gasol acclimated to a lot of things, but and we got to see what other avenues open up for us, right? I think there's maybe some different things we could do offensively that we maybe weren't thinking along those lines, and we'll try to, you try to use your players' skill sets and develop your offense around them. And now he's given us maybe another avenue. We'll have to wait and see, though.
What did you like about his fit with the second unit, and is that something we could see going forward, or is that more about easing him in?
Well, yeah, it's more about easing him in, right? I think again, versatility of first unit, second unit. I think he's it's early days, of how I feel and what with the feel he has. But what we saw the other night is we saw some guys cutting and moving and some kickouts and some passes and opportunities for other guys to play off him, right? And that's what we thought we get because that's what we saw when we watched him play. So I think both units will benefit, right? Hopefully, he's a good player.
You talked a lot going into the season about maybe changing up the starting lineup and through various circumstances, Pascal separating himself and then JV's injury, you sort of got locked into one. Does this give you a chance to sort of try some different things?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not again, I think it does put us back in that mode a little bit. And I think, again, the only reason it's important is that you look at who you're going to be playing in the playoffs. And I just am not so sure that in one series your starting lineup's going to be the same as in the next series. And I think it's easier if you've had some of that feel of in and out over the course of the season than to spring it on somebody in the, you know what I mean, or you're just thinking you have to lock into it. That's just what we've learned from our past experiences here, right? That's a benefit of what we've learned.
I'm sure. Go ahead. The assist numbers didn't necessarily show it, but defensively you saw some stuff. But with Mark, can you kind of describe how much of his basketball IQ you saw, just in terms of his feel for the game?
Well, yeah. I mean, he looked like he fit right in, right?
I mean,
I think it is a little bit. He looked like he'd been with us for a long time. Our guys looked like they've been playing with him for a long time, I think. Again, a lot of similar actions that we can run that he's been a part of, and we tried to do with him out there. We covered most of the schemes defensively. We didn't do a couple things yet with him, but he hasn't seen the zone, or we haven't worked on that yet. So we really kind of wanted to get into it the other night, but realized he was out there and we couldn't. But for the most part, they were pretty comfortable, and I think the assist numbers should have been higher if we could have shot the darn ball at all. Right? We were point blank layups and then a bunch of wide open threes, and I thought the assist numbers were 7 or 8 or 9 shy of what they should have been, to be honest.
Do guys have to get used to getting passes of that speed from that spot? I'm thinking
Freddie does.
I was thinking of Norm also, like short on that layoff. It's like that's not a pass that has been made from that spot often this year on your team.
Yeah. I think they do. I mean, even the one Freddie, first of all, I think the cutting increased right away because players will cut with opportunities to be rewarded. They'll cut a little harder, maybe, right? And Freddie's definitely we talked about that right after it happened. The buzzer sounded, and he's like, "Woof! I didn't expect that to come back to me so quick. I wasn't quite ready." So. There's both of those things going. Again, hopefully it gives us a chance to play downhill more. By that I mean relieving some pressure from the outside to going downhill to the basket.
All year we've sort of attributed a lot of Serge's success to the move to the 5. Would you be comfortable moving him back to the 4 at least at times with Mark, or do you want to keep him at the 5?
No, I think we're going to look at it. And I don't think it's a huge experiment. I think we'll do it just to see what they look like together when the time is right. And again, he's played a lot of it in his career, so I don't expect it to be a big issue. But we got to see what it looks like with our team. It might be really good, and we might bump Pascal down even to a 3. We might go Clyde to 2. We might try a really big lineup. Who knows? But I think we got to be again looking at all those things just in case. You never know.
Sorry, isn't part of this like when you get in a playoff series and it's game 6, 7, and everyone knows everyone's plays anyways.
Uh-huh.
It comes down to being able to make it up as you go along offensively.
It does. I don't think it's just trying to say I kind of like your make it up as you go along line here, but I think it's more reacting to what's taken away, right? It's like you got an idea what's happening, and all of a sudden it's taken away, and then you got to move on to the next one. I don't know if that's making it up as you go along, but maybe it is. They're similar. Yeah, you got to be able to play what's presented. I think, right? I think it's a lot of what we do offensively, right? It's a lot of there's some pain throughout the year by letting certain guys try to expand their games that aren't quite ready to yet, but we're trying to see. I mean, there's a lot of joy in letting some others do it. Right, and there's putting them in situations during the regular season that maybe you wouldn't, but they end up in the playoffs because they decide to send everybody they got it, one player or two players, and those guys they've had the ball some during the course of the year, and they can make the next play.
I know it's a bit of a weird question, given you just made a big trade, but you haven't really had a chance to have a full team basically at any point this season. Is it in a weird way nice now to have everyone healthy and have the group that save maybe a spot or two you're going to have, so you can start to maybe build some of the chemistry you've been?
Yeah, we needed it. That was I think it was weird to be going into that game having the team back for the first time, and literally almost all year. I think for the actually the second game of the year, and then all of a sudden, 4 of them are gone, or how many it was, 5 of them gone, 4 of them that were in the rotation. So yeah, we got a little good health here, hopefully, and get these guys in a little bit of rhythm, at least here for 2 games, and then we can rest them, and then everybody ought to really be back and ready to go after the All-Star break.
Why is he so consistent? Maybe when he's off a little bit, it kind of jumps out. The last 4 games, his percentages are down. Is there anything you've noticed or any reason for that?
No, I just think he's just got to get a little bit more engaged. Right, just a little bit more engaged, and look for some more motivation, right? To go out there and I don't know, do his thing. I always say, go out there and destroy some people or whatever it is. You know what I mean? You got to get motivated, or a little bit. A little bit, and I think it's I'm kind of being serious about it. He needs to find a little bit of fire and so once in a while to go out there and say, you know what, I'm getting 35 or 40 tonight.